sit just as slowly as we came into the pose. So nice and easy from here. Our first step is just to straighten our legs. Let them be heavy so they float down towards the ground. And now that we're floating, we're going to come back onto our hands. We can straighten our arms, straighten our legs, land it in your down dog. Okay, so once we're in down dog, stretch your arms out in front of you. Beautiful. All right, this is going to be our exit strategy. We're going to walk forward. Walk forward with the hands, walk forward with the feet. Keep walking forward, keep maximum tension on the swing, and then come up through angel wings if it's available to you. Press, press, press with your hips. Press up. All the way, and then all the way lift, lift, lift. Yes, all the way lift the heart, you got it. Hold on to the swing to come to stand. Nice. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Doesn't that feel good on your back?
Yes.
Yeah. It also feels really way better to release the hip flexors, right? All right. So that was our forward fold sequence. There's lots of things we can do from there, but again, we're giving you a little taste. So we're going to hit the shoulders, hit the hips, hit the shoulders, hit the hips, go back and forth like that. Any questions? Everybody feel okay? So far, so good? So let's go ahead and find the swing behind our back again, our feet in the center of the mat. We're going to revisit our sumo and then get into some of our chillaxing poses from there. Nice deep press, forearm press. Lean back, and as you lean back, hold on. That's right. Walk your feet forward. Once you find the front of the mat, you can heel toe out to a sumo. Forearm press. Keeps a nice hook underneath the arms. Right? So it is going to ride up if we don't keep that hook. So we want to pretend like we have like a little egg underneath our armpits that we're trying not to squish. Okay? You can always, if you need to adjust like we did before, you can lean back into a supported back bend, get the swing nice and low, and then come on back again. That's how we adjust. Some people get up and do this little wrestling thing and all that. It's okay if you need a break, but you can just press back, Kelly, press back first. Press back with your legs. Oh, yeah. You were like, I am. There's lots of ways. Press back. No. You were doing it. Trust me, I see it all. Yeah, you're like, I am pressing back. So straight legs, press back, and then just lean back and the swing will slide down. So swing will slide up if we drop the hips, swing slides up. So just take your time with it. You know, get into a different relationship with it. And now we're all going to come into our sumo squat. So now your swing's a little low. I'm going to bring it up one for you, okay? Selena, help her bring that one up. Everybody else looks pretty good? Everybody feeling good? So if it's too low, then we look like we're sinking. So we want to keep that buoyancy in the spine. I'm going to bring mine up one as well. It's just also personal preference too. We can actually work really low on the ground, or we can work really high up in the air, right? I kind of try to like find the sweet spot in between. All right. Yeah, see how that goes. Now from here, from our sumo squat, we always hug the swing. It's very tempting to go like this to reach, but then we lose our hook. So most important thing is we hug the swing. Everybody do that with me. Hug the swing. Okay. Now if we hug, then we can reach for our leg loops. So we're going to try both hands grabbing for the right one. Right? You see what I mean? Doesn't it feel like you kind of want to reach the center, but we always wrap around first? Yeah, there we go. Now we're going to use our core. Right? So we pull down nice and strong, both hands on the right one. And then lift the leg and karate chop it up there. Don't worry about it for now. Just see if you can get it in there. Selena, can you help her out?
Yeah, that's my help.
Yeah. Maybe the leg lifts need to come down one, and it might be that we can adjust that to make it easier. Let's just do the one. Everything spreads out, so if it is uncomfortable, we'll make an adjustment.
Do you want me to take these down?
I think she's fine. Yeah, you're going to lift the heart strongly. Lift up. Oh, yeah, with the heart, yeah. Stay engaged. Now, not with the legs, because we're going to use that leg, right? You have to lift with the arms. Second side, both hands grab, right? Make sure you're hugging. Very good. And then float. And then go ahead and help her again, Selena. Get that one up there. All right, we made it. Drop the hips. Okay, drop the hips. Yeah, they're great. So what I want you to do is hold on to the swing. Everyone try this with me. It's a little bit of a hop. So pull up and hop. There you go. Yes. If you ever feel like you need a break, just take a little hop. It's kind of fun too. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it definitely helps. And then the other way we're going to adjust it, let's all try doing this together. It's always good to know the nuts and bolts of it. We're going to hold on to the swing, push our hips up, and slide it down. Just lean back, both sides simultaneously. And then when you come to sit, try to keep that hook, right? So we can use our forearms to hook. And then we can also pull down.
You're good. Okay.
Yes. You guys are getting it? There is, like, underneath the wings, there's a spot that feels better. This doesn't feel good. When this happens, then we're no longer having fun. That's why I always just look at your faces and see if we can hook. Even though the fabric is a little bit nicer, it still will pinch, right? So that's how we, and of course wearing clothes helps. So I usually put on a long sleeve if I feel like irritation on the skin. But again, I can do this 6 hours a day with no problem. So come here for a second, Shanti. I want you to keep an eye on things. It's a little hard to see because Kelly's swinging, but just notice her leg loops are a little off. So I want you to go ahead and bring that our right, her left down. Yeah. Thank you. Everybody else is looking good. Does anybody feel uneven? Because the ceiling in here is a little bit wonky. So what I can do is put a little knot in the daisy chain. We have all kinds of clever ways. So can you drop your hips, Kelly, so we can tell? It's okay. We'll
It feels even.
Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Sometimes it's us, sometimes it's the ceiling, but don't worry about it. If it feels good, then we're gonna leave it like that. Maybe as we're going along here, your hips will change, and then we'll bring it up and we'll keep an eye on you.
Okay.
Okay? But for now, we're gonna keep it like that. Okay, cool. Thank you, everybody. Your ears could be a little bit lower, but if you're comfortable, we'll leave them like that. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm good.
You feel good? All right. If they're higher, it's harder. If they're lower, it's easier. So does anybody need me or need an adjustment before we go on? All right. Awesome. Thank you. Chillaxin arms. This is the full chillaxin pose. This is our #1 relaxation pose, right? Besides cocoon, of course. But sway a little from side to side. It's called swagger. So we're going to lift the heart and press the hips down simultaneously. Can you get those two parts of the body going in opposite directions? It might be a little tricky to start to retrain the posture, but I promise you it's going to save you a lot of pain and discomfort in the long run. Beautiful, that's it. Yay! So we can sync up with our neighbors or we can freestyle, but we don't want to get into any bumper car action, right? So just be mindful of everybody's limbs and their heads and their arms and all that, okay? You guys look great. Beautiful. All right, so from chillaxin pose, I'm going to actually show you how we can find relief whenever we need. Just nice to take a little intermission. We're going to reach towards our knees. So these are the leg loops, and this is the swing. I'll remind you, but it's often when I say, so I'll say hold on to the leg loops, and somebody will go like this. It's okay. I'll try to remind you by putting my hands on my knees. That's my cue when I look at you and do this. Everyone's like, what does she want? Okay, so hold on to the leg loops as high as you can. Everybody on the leg loops. Thank you. Yeah. Pull yourself up. So bicep curl, and then come to stand. You can do it. Yeah, there you go. And now bring these all the way up into the hip flexors, into the crotch. All right. What? Intimate. This is very intimate. This is the most action we've gotten today. So we're going to let this be our high diver position. It's called high diver. So if at any time, and I'll know when you change position that you needed a break, but any time you need a break but you don't want to take the leg loops off and we're in chillaxin or something, just come up into high diver. Right? And anytime that you're ready to come back in, you just drop your hips, push the leg loops back down to your knees, and come back into chillaxin. So it's 100% okay. We have a nice long workshop together. Go ahead and push your leg loops back down so I can see that everybody feels comfortable doing that. We're going to hold on to the leg loops, Lacey, when we push them down. Okay. Awesome. Let's try it one more time. Hold on to your knees. Slide up. These are our leg loops. Pull ourselves up to stand. So bicep curl and then yes, come to stand. A little uncomfortable, but once we get there, it's okay.
Are there certain fabrics that work better with
Yes. The swing likes to eat clothes, so if you have kind of thick sweatshirt or cotton clothes, and they're not I make clothes for the program too, because these shirts and everything are really fun. But yeah, it is dependent on the slip of the fabric. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and give ourselves a little bit of neck love, and we're going to revisit this again at the end. But I'm going to show you guys how to release neck tension And then we're going to show you how to get into cocoon from here. Again, we're going to have a nice long Sivasana together, but before we get there, if you were like, I need to lay back and take a little rest, 100% okay. You can just drop into cocoon. So the swing is underneath our arms. We're going to walk our toes towards the front of the mat. So everybody walk forward for me. So we're right underneath the plumb line. Interlace your fingers behind the back of your head, back of the neck. There you go. And then just gently rock from side to side, leaning back so your gaze is up. Right? Just a real, so interlace your fingers so you don't fall. And then it's not a U, it's a V. Do you see what I mean? So interlace your fingers behind the back of your head. If you walk your feet to the front of the mat, it helps. Oh, I see. You feel like you're going to slide out. Yeah, there you go. Wherever you can ground your toes is fine. If you get a little high up, you can bring your feet back. All right, beautiful, guys. So ground it. Don't go back as far, right? Yeah, there you go. Sway from side to side. Just let it feel good. So this is just the intermission, right? So hold on to the swing now. You're going to actually remove it from underneath the arms and put it around the neck. Make sure your feet are grounded. Okay? Okay. Once we're here, if anybody has, we're spring loaded. That's why we ground through our feet. Press through your feet. So in case that slips off, we're okay. So put it behind the back of the neck and hold on. Usually right above the head. Okay? So let's go ahead and tuck our chin into our chest and just have there be a gentle tractioning happening. Really gentle. Right? Now lift the chin and pull on the swing to massage out the cervical spine. Exhale, go ahead and drop the chin in. Good. Use your breath. Inhale, lift. Nice. Exhale, drop in. Again, we're giving you a taste of all the different ways that we can use the swing. Inhale, lift. Awesome. Exhale, drop. If that feels painful in any way, just slow it down and create a micro movement instead of going too far. All right. So feet are nice and wide, hip distance, right? So Ellen, can you drop into it a little bit deeper? Let there be tension on the swing. There you go. Okay. Sway a little from side to side. So again, only do it if it feels good. Our hands are holding on for support, but they're kind of relaxed at the same time, so no tension in the body. And just let the sides of the neck get a nice stretch here. If this is uncomfortable for anybody, please go ahead and raise your hand or give a hoot and holler, and we'll help you out. Nice. Lean back into it a little bit more, Kirsten. Lean back into it. There you go. Walk your feet. There you go. Feet are staying grounded. Everybody ground your feet. Okay, good. Come back to center. So, Selena, can you just keep the talking down? I'm sorry, I just find it so distracting. Just a little quiet. Thank you. All right, cool. So once we're here, it's okay to give a little bit of assistance, but quietly as much as possible. And so what we're going to do is pull the right ear to the right shoulder, and then pull the left side of the swing away. Just kind of lean into it as long as it feels good. Just like hold that stretch. Yeah. And then we're going to switch sides. Come back through center. Left ear to left shoulder, and then pull the right side away. Now you know your body, so maybe gentle is the best thing for you, or you like that deep stretch, but just as long as it feels good. I like the chin neutral in this position. Neutral. Beautiful, guys. Come back up. Put yourself back up. Ah. Now stand in the center of the mat. Everybody reground. Okay? I'm going to show you how to get into a cocoon from here. Let me just pull the swing in front of you so you can see. There is an inside of the swing, and then there's an outside. Do you see what I mean? The fabric folds, and so we're going to get onto the, I call it the taco. You get on the inside of the taco, right? So what we're going to do is with the leg loop still on, we're going to spread it out and get our bum underneath there. Once you get your bum underneath there, make sure you have enough fabric to pull it down to your knees. Okay, if it's twisted, you're going to have a little bit of difficulty. But get in the inside of the taco, pull it down. Yeah. Once you're in there, then your leg loops can come down to the knees. Yeah. You can always come out of the high diver position. There you go. Perfect. Leg loops down to the knees. Great. Everybody's in. If you don't get enough fabric underneath there, we could fall out. Yeah, they see a little bit. There we go. Perfect, guys. And then go ahead and make sure you have enough material under the back of the head so you can lean back. Perfect. So this is our intermission, right? You can spread the leg loops out if anybody wants to fully extend. If you're happy where you are, that's just stay. But everything spreads out, so we're just giving our cocoon a try.
Maybe the music could be down a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, Selena, that would be fantastic. I know, I'm like yelling. So cool. So rest your hands on your lap. Just close your eyes and take a little breath. Little breather here. Nice. You can still keep it on, just slow. Nice. If anybody likes the movement, you can gently rock from side to side. It's called windshield wiper. So I like the leg loops past the ankles. Can you actually cover the feet? There you go. That way they'll stay on. There you go. Beautiful. So this is our windshield wipers while we're laying back. Isn't this lovely? So yeah, it's like nap time, right? We have about a few more minutes of active, and then we'll get into our respite. You guys are doing great. Beautiful. Mama bear over there. Okay, great. Now while we're here, I'm going to just have us take like another few minutes of rest, and our trainees are going to come around and practice their cocooning massage with you. Okay? So I'm going to lead, and we'll get to everybody, I promise. But we want everybody to grab a buddy. Okay?
Are we getting out?
No. Oh, sorry. You're going to lay back.
Hello.
So let's
You're
see.
buddy.
So you're just going to start out hanging out with her feet. She has an ankle injury, so just be aware of that. And we're just going to give them a little leg love. Just start out at the ankles, move up into the toes. Just helping them relax. Good. Go ahead and slide all the way up to the calves and just like wash down the legs. Don't bury the feet, just do a little. And then go ahead and start with the neck. So come around to the other side. Then we're just going to come, and you can stay where you are. I'm like, wait a second, I lost her. Yeah, just come from behind in both hands, just kind of doing a little wash from the base of the neck all the way up to the head. It's really gentle, really relaxing. Good. You guys can continue on and just make it up if you want. Selena, go ahead and grab Ellen, and we're going to switch here. So whatever you guys feel like you want to do, you can go down and do a little massage underneath, or you can stay right there. But we just wanted to practice some yoga massage on you, which is what we've learned this weekend. Give everybody a little chance to have some hands-on experience. Isn't that nice? The cocoon? You guys are like getting too relaxed?
Yes, really.
Sometimes it just helps the nervous system have a little contact, a little pressure on the skin, so that swing is really good at hugging you, right? That'll naturally rebalance the hormones, boost the immune system, increase the metabolism, all by hanging. It's pretty amazing. So it's good to take frequent breaks when you're practicing in the swing. It is really intense, even if we don't do a whole lot. A few poses and all this pressure on the limb is really helping the circulation. It's very different than a normal practice. And in time, you get used to that pressure and you like it and you crave it. But until we get to that point, we really honor